Nybble, we've known about you guys and we've known you guys for many, many years.
Yep.
And in a way, I think you might be a little bit like our brand, and everyone knows you,
Yep.
but they might not necessarily know what you do.
Yep.
They're that lovely IT company.
Yep.
But what does that mean for Nybble and the services that you bring to companies?
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. So most of the people I meet just do just that exactly. So we've seen you about everywhere, but what is it that you do? So yeah, Nybble, we're a technology business. We're based in Blackburn. We're 25 years old. We're coming up to 26 years old. So we've been around the block a little bit. I've only been with them a short period of time, so coming up to about 3 years that I've been with the business myself. But so technology services ranging from managed IT services, audio-visual, bespoke software and cybersecurity, and kind of everything in between. So all the services delivered in-house, using in-house experts. But more importantly, as a sort of senior sort of operational team, we're experienced in business. So we're experienced in manufacturing, construction, finance, professional services. So we've got people that are used to working within all of those sectors and environments that can help us determine the sort of right level of service for you.
And how important is that? Because certainly within the Northwest, you Google, IT services, and there's lots of brands out there. There's lots of people that we know who we know are great in their field. But what does that industry knowledge and that key sector knowledge bring when you're matching that to your technical know-how?
Yeah, so I think that's key. So if we're going to see a technology business ourselves, or we're going to see a financial services business, we've got experience of working either in them or with them to know what their pain points are as a business, to know what drives their businesses. Because with the greatest respect to your business, there are other businesses do a similar thing, and they're all delivering the same kind of service. They'll all use the same kind of technology, ish.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it's understanding that there's almost nothing new in business. So, if it's a manufacturing business, they want to make things and get those out the door as quickly and as efficiently as they can, know where they've gone, know who ordered them. And if we've got the solutions, whether they be software, hardware, or system sort of integration, we can use that expertise to guide them as quickly as we can to the solution, rather than spending time finding out what the problem might be and how we do it. So it's the shortcut to the end solution, really, which is, I think, where those skills that we've acquired over those 25 years serve us in good stead.
So almost the tech itself isn't the hero or the heroine of the piece. It's understanding, I think you said, pain point.
Yep.
And what you can use, what tools, what software or whatever is out there to alleviate those for clients.
Yeah, so I want to describe it like if you try and stick a quart into a pint pot, it won't fit. So we can come with a tech solution and say, let's squeeze that into your business, and it might not be the right solution for it. Yeah. So the real skill comes in taking a sort of slightly longer term view, a slightly detached view, looking at the business, seeing what the business actually needs and advising what the best solution is. So being whole of market with our solutions and not being tied to a manufacturer or a supplier allows us to be free to determine the best solution for you. Now, sometimes we're not the best fit for that client. There might be someone out there that can do that better, and that's fine, because there's enough for us all out there. But there are times where we are the right fit for that client. We have got the right set of solutions, and a lot of it comes down ultimately to personality as well. So, you've got to be able to deal with the client. You've got to be able to interact with the client, because if it just becomes a tech solution, it can be very dry.
Yes.
And we don't want it to be dry. We believe we're quite an engaging business. We're quite interested in who we deal with as clients, and we want them to be successful, because if they're successful, we'll be successful off the back of it as well. And that's sort of mutually beneficial, that arrangement, in that if we provide the right service, they'll, one, benefit from it, but they'll also then tell somebody else that they've had a good experience with working with us as well. And that might be something that's completely different solution to the one they're using. Yeah. But it's about dealing with people that they trust and they like, and deliver that good service and good value as well.
What are the core things that businesses come to you with, and those skills that you, I was going to say, unleash, if that's probably not the right word.
We can unleash them, I suppose, we got them behind the door and we just let them go.
But you'll employ, so what sort of things are you guys getting involved in?
So there are the four key sort of services, really. So we classify them under IT, audiovisual, software development and cyber. Within those, there are, as you can appreciate, a multitude of different services. So on the IT side, that could be hardware supply. Refurbished hardware is becoming certainly a thing that more businesses are relying on now. So rather than brand new, refurbished kit is becoming. So I think
Is that purely a cost saving?
Absolutely. So
endeavour?
refurb equipment, sort of grade A refurbs are coming with an extended warranty period on them, and they're probably half the price of a new item out the box, and they will probably last you as long as a business. So from that point of view, where cost pressures are being applied to businesses, having a resource that's able to provide good level of tech for you that will do exactly the job you want, but at a significant reduction in cost, is certainly a benefit to the business.
Yeah.
And it's having the confidence in ourselves and our supply chain to provide you with the right kit. It's a difficult marketplace out there, refurb equipment. So we've got the 25 years experience of working with them to know the right providers for that equipment. So it might not be for you, but if it's something where you're looking to reduce costs, you can buy 6 of something today rather than 3 today and 3 in 12 months' time.
Yeah.
So it means that everyone's got consistency of hardware across the business. So that's the IT. And on the managed IT services, we provide the IT support for many businesses. So you've got a problem with your business, you call us. We'll fix that problem remotely where we can, and if not, we'll send an engineer out to site, and we do that across the United Kingdom.
Yeah, just sorry to.
Yep, sorry, of course.
Managed IT is a phrase that we hear. What is that? Literally, someone says my computer stopped printing, or I know the computer doesn't print.
Yep.
But I press that, and that doesn't make.
We've
the
got
noise
some training
anymore.
to do here, I think. But but exactly that. So there are many levels to it, but in ostensibly, that's exactly what it is. So we would onboard a client. We would audit their entire infrastructure. We'd know exactly what they've got, and then provide them with a service level agreement that says we will service your every need on that equipment. So most of that, about 94% of those are resolved remotely. So you pick up a phone, drop us a ticket, and we'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
A lot of it's done via monitoring. So we'll even monitor and identify a problem before you know there's one, and we'll fix it before you even do it became a problem. So that's quite a useful tool. And in the instance where it is something where we physically need to turn up, we will. So we'll send an engineer out, we'll fix it on site, and we'll get you back up and running as quickly as we can. So that's a managed service provision, effectively. So that's really good. Cyber ties in with that nicely. So the cyber element is something that bolts onto that provision. So that's endpoint security, that's cyber essentials, firewalls, making sure that we protect your business, your data, your finances, etc., from people that want to access it. Key part, and again, we'll happily talk to clients about what that needs to look like.
Yeah.
Audio visual is the third element to that. So the AV side of things is things like your screens, your digital signage, your mics, your systems, your audio, but then presenting business information to maybe staff, to visitors, to clients, in a manner that you want them to see it so they know more about your particular business and you can share information with them. Yeah. So that might be video conferencing systems, Teams rooms, etc. Yeah. And then the final one is bespoke software development. And that sort of ties everything together so we can talk to any business. We've got a team of around about 20 developers. And that means we can talk to any business about any particular software packages they've got and either integrate them, so they'll talk to each other, and then they'll talk to each other via a single sort of interface where the user can look through the single interface and still talk to their two pieces of software, design something from scratch for them that would manage their business like an ERP system or a CRM system, or anything in between. And they give you the 4 sort of central pillars of our offer.
Yeah. Wow. A lot to go at.
Yeah.
How often do those sort of pillars, interweave? I would imagine the bigger the business, that a lot of this stuff might start with, then it makes sense to use a company where they're sort of multi-skilled.
Yeah. So the benefit, there's things I've not mentioned in there, things like telephony and things like various other bits of stuff and managed print and various other things that kind of fall within the same cover. But there will always be an entry point for us with a business. So what we've done it's important to emphasise that all of those services I mentioned are all delivered in-house. So we've got in-house expertise on all of these things. None of these things are subcontracted out. It's all done with Nybble staff. We're up to sort of 56, 57 members of staff at the moment. So there's quite a lot of us, but we've got experts in each one of those things. And that means that we can facilitate that for you, but there'll always be an entry point. So our skill is almost finding out with the client what it is they need today. Now, that might be cyber, it might be AV, it might be managed service, or it might be a software integration. But once we've delivered a service for them, we can give them the confidence that if there are other things that they need within our skill set, that we can be almost that single point of contact for all of them. The benefit to the client being is if there's a problem with any of those services, they've got one phone call to make.
Okay.
So they call us and we'll be saying, yes, we'll sort that problem out for you, rather than saying, as can happen, oh no, you need to speak to your X provider. You need to speak to your Y provider. We are the X, the Y, the Z provider, and who comes in house. So that gives the customer confidence and knows that we need to resolve it.
Yeah, I think we've had this at home where your internet provider is not your tele provider, is not your phone provider, and when one goes wrong, well, guess what? It's the others.
Might be the other person's fault.
It might be the others, and and then you end up in an infinite loop with it.
Indeed, yeah, and never find the answer.
Never until you cry on the phone to them and your wife puts something on Twitter, and then you get reconnected. But that's for another day.
Absolutely.
I think we've always alluded to or previously that it can be seem a complex world of IT and data and cyber. Who's the right fit for you? What's the right company for Nybble? And you're not allowed to say anyone.
Yeah,
Joe,
we've been there before, haven't we? Really. So, and again, I've always been. I think you've always known me. I've always been quite specific in who we'd like to speak to.
Yeah.
So for us, a sweet spot would be someone with 20 members of staff, someone that's probably been owner managed to that point. So a growing business that's managed a lot of those services internally, and have got to a point where, in order to grow their business further, they need to focus on the business and not looking after their IT, not looking after the backups, not looking after the telephony system, not looking after the new software or the CRM system that they need to make things work better, or Salesforce. They need to concentrate on there. So they're the perfect business. IT managed services tend to be a little like accountants and various other bits. You tend not to change unless there's been a problem.
Yeah.
So we kind of do sort of circulate around, and there are people that will experience a problem, or they might have had a significant issue. So we might have to pick something up at that point. Or there might be an ownership change within a business, and someone moves and takes us with them when they've moved to another business. So for a new business, it would be sweet spot would be around about 20 to 25 staff, looking for the MD or the FD that's looked after IT to get back to doing the day job, to focus on the day job, and we can come in and fill the gap.
Yeah. And is it just a case of jumping on the website, giving you a call?
Yep. Yeah, so look on the website, pick up the call, pick up the telephone, give us a call, ask to speak to myself or one of my colleagues, and usually we'd like to go out and see every client. So we tend to go and see them on premise. One, because we get to understand more about what they're doing. We get to sort of look them in the eye, which is an important part of it. And a key part of that is, do we get on?
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit twee sort of in this day and age, but I think it's an important part about understanding that there's a relationship there, and even though it might not be myself or one of my colleagues that's actually delivering the service, you've got to know that if there is an issue, you can pick the phone up and you can talk to me, and we'll go and sort the problem out.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of relationship you need. Not the services are secondary, but they almost dovetail together, and they're equally as important for us in that relationship is as important as the transactional business that we're doing with them as well.
Yeah, it's not, I think, as we alluded to before, that the tech isn't the hero of the hour. It's still people listening, understanding challenges, and then providing a great solution.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Fantastic. Great as always, Joe. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.